Hey, Jeff, do you remember earlier today when Paul couldn't use a phone?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not getting any text messages.
I'm definitely not adding that.
Technology
All right.
podcast can't even text. I like computers.
Okay.
I'll have my students code me a new phone,
That's right.
new operating system.
Welcome to the Immersive Lens, the podcast exploring the technologies reshaping how we live, work, and learn.
From AI and virtual reality to creative media and design, we are diving into the tools and ideas shaping our connected world.
My name is Paul Engin. Join us as we uncover people and ideas driving the next wave of interactive experiences.
And I'm Dave Ghidiu. This is the Immersive Lens.
And we have a special guest.
Who could it be? It's an unboxing. It's another unboxing.
No. Let's see what's in Paul's bag. Oh, his keys.
Oh, we found keys? It sounded like a bell.
Oh boy.
The ASMR episode.
Right. So Jeff Kidd's going to be joining us for this deep dive when we get into it. But let's start off with hot takes. Dave, do you have a hot take for us?
So OpenAI, which, as you know, we've talked about Atlas, which is their AI browser. Mm-hmm. We've talked about ChatGPT, which is their premier LLM. We've talked about Codex, which is their coding model. And they've been kind of doing a whole bunch of really building these things out. And a few things. One, the image generator in the new ChatGPT images too. I think we talked about that as really good. But they are now kind of reconfiguring, refactoring how they're thinking about how all three of these different pieces of software work together. Mm-hmm. So as we've also talked about, Claude has co-work, which is kind of works on your desktop to arrange files, go through different files, things like that. And Codex is getting there. So I think ChatGPT is recognizing that the intelligence behind Codex can do more than just coding. So it sounds like they're thinking about maybe reframing and repackaging what it all looks like. Do you need 3 apps? Can we do it in 1 app? So that's just something to keep your eyes peeled on.
You know, what's interesting is we talked about the ChatGPT video model.
Sora too.
And so just out of curiosity, I had ChatGPT create a video and it did. So it's probably just integrated into their chat now. Yeah. So that was interesting.
Did it brand it though?
It did not. It didn't say Sora. It just created a video.
So in some respects, it might be even better.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking now that it's just integrated, it might be better.
But I suspect that you're bound to more limits. They're not like burning tokens for you because you might exceed like your quota.
Yeah, I didn't really push it. It was like a test to see are videos still working, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just came across this, and you might have mentioned this before, but Meta is doing something called Tribe. And this is AI modeling of the human brain, or MRI. So if you picture MRI pictures of the brain, and then certain areas trigger when it's stimulated based on
the fMRI. The functional. So so you can see the different heat map kind of like as you're thinking, it kind of goes through the different parts of the brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they have this model that it's actually, you can download, run it locally if you wanted to, or you could run it. But the logic here is that it was trained on videos and images. And so what they're saying is that you could actually upload one of your videos. And if you go to the bottom of the website, you'll see a video and you'll see how, when you see the images, how it lights up in the brain. And so you can see, based on the video you're using, how relevant or how much the brain is functioning or lighting up in different areas.
I am so not surprised that Meta, of all people, the attention economy, the people who are serving you the ads and the reels, they want to know exactly like what parts are firing. I'm a little surprised they're sharing this. I mean, it's really, really cool. But this seems like this would be part of their secret sauce for when they're doing like video generation.
Yeah. I mean, and I 100%, because I look at this and it's like, this is the true MRI when you go to like comparison, and then this is the predicted MRI, and you can see that that it's firing in similar locations. So technically, if you upload a video, I mean, I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to upload a video and see if it's going to be something that is going to be impactful in some way based on the MRI.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's something to definitely explore. And the simple fact that you could download the model.
If only one of us here had the NVIDIA Spark.
Oh, well, why, Dave, I just received one. Courtesy of the AI FLX AI Hub.
Oh, that's right. We did get an NVIDIA DGX Spark so you can do some really like gnarly
offline
models. Wow.
So we'll be playing with that another episode in the future.
And so if I'm hearing you right, we can upload our brain now.
Well, not our brain, but a culmination of brain MRI.
Okay. Wisdom of the crowd.
That's right.
Cool.
And Jeff, I know we're just throwing you in this. If you don't have a hot take, no worries. If you do,
It's a hot take, but it's more of a question. Have you guys heard of Perplexity?
yes.
It came out as
You look perplexed.
Yes, because it took me. I was like, I did want to ask you guys this. I'll do it right now. They have a new Mac app that brings their personal computer to pro users.
Yeah, I think that is kind of like Claude Cowork, I think, right?
They
just released it this week. Look at you, man.
Well, yeah, because it's like, but am I reading this right? It takes like all the AIs and kind of bundles them together.
Perplexity works like that. Like under the hood, it will determine which LLM to use. So even their chatbot uses kind of all the other ones under the hood.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw the article and I'm like, wow, what is that? But it's called Computer. Is that right? Personal computer plus.
Do you think someone was like a Star Trek fan and they're like, we want to name it so that instead of
computer? I like that actually.
Computer. Arrange my files.
Yes, that's I like that. That's really funny.
Very cool. In fact, we're going to be using that in today's challenge.
What are we even doing today?
So, you did some research.
I did.
And can you tell us a little bit about that research? And that'll lead into what we're doing today.
So I was doing some benchmarking for funsies.
Awesome. Always funsies.
And I have...
Usually what computers were you benchmarking?
I was benchmarking Google Gemini versus ChatGPT versus Claude, Anthropic's Claude. And I was doing the deep research. And the deep research to me is a very good litmus test, and it's almost agential. So when you kick off a deep research, that basically says to the LLM, like, okay, I'm going to go and look online, and I'm going to search for things, and then I'm going to compile a report, and I will report back, and I will have I will tell you where I got all this information. It could be a 25-page document, so it'll be properly annotated. And I was like, oh, this will be, I think, interesting to see what happens. So because I'm intimately familiar with FLCC, I wrote a prompt and I sicked each one of those three models on this prompt. And specifically, I was looking at it through the context of the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning. So I listed a whole bunch of books that I wanted it to look through the lens for. A lot of books that like I had read about cognitive science and stuff like that. So like 50 Myths of Lies in School, Amusing Ourselves to Death, Commencement, like all these books about higher ed, and I wanted a report. And so, do you understand the assignment?
You're taking all of these books that you're interested in, and you wanted a summary or what they have in common.
Well, no, I wanted these LLMs to look through the lens of. So some of these books are like Failing Our Future, Elevating Education Design, Distracted, Building a Better Teacher. I said, consider all these books in the main thesis, and then look at FLCC and research everything you need to research to tell me how we're doing against, like, through all these books.
Yes, I gotcha. Okay. Comparative to those books. Yes. Okay.
So and I am not going. If you go to the website, theimmersivelens.com, then you can see not only that fMRI thing, which is really, really cool, but you'll be able to see the prompt that I used in all the books.
Okay.
So in case you're curious, if I had to rank them in places 1 through 3, so third place, bronze medal, goes to ChatGPT. ChatGPT it took 11 minutes and 19 citations.
Okay.
And I did do this like all at the same time. And you can see the report. It's fine. It's fine. It's mid.
Yeah.
That's how I characterize it.
Acceptable.
It's acceptable. in my mind, this is what I would expect to have gotten maybe a year ago. And so then I looked at Gemini. Gemini came in second place.
Okay.
Gemini looked at 67 different citations, which I thought is commendable.
Yeah, that's good.
So went out and found 67 places. And you can see all the different sources that it got. It like lists them at the bottom, and it actually made it into like a nice little like interactive thing. And it's good. I think it's better.
How long?
The report itself was, again, not that long.
Okay.
Maybe you could in Gemini you can actually export it to Google Docs, which is kind of cool because ChatGPT, I think you have to do a PDF and you can't really like do much with it. You might be able to do a Word document now in ChatGPT. I can check that real quick. Yeah, you can download that as Markdown, Word, or PDF in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But in Google Docs, let's see, it was a 16-page, and that includes like 3 or 4 pages of citations.
Right.
But it did get 67 citations. I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So in first place by a mile, and I read all 3 of these reports as well, and I think that Claude was richer, and I thought it just did a great job. It used... I want to make sure I get this number right. It used 819 sources.
Oh my God.
And it took an hour and 7 minutes.
Wow.
And it was awesome. It was absolutely fantastic.
And this was deep think.
Yeah, so they're called different things. It's just called research in Claude. It's called, in Gemini, I believe it's called deep research. And then in ChatGPT, it's called deep research in ChatGPT. And then in Gemini, it's called deep research as well.
Okay.
So you can do that. And as always, I always say like it's a great starting point. Even just getting that list of 67 or 819 citations is good if you want to go look it up, and you can kind of like, because it puts all the citations right at the end, you can be like, oh yeah, ResearchGate, yeah, that's good. Like education.gov, yeah, that's a good website. And so you can kind of like
reliable.
spot check it.
Yeah.
So that got me thinking about just benchmarking. And then Jeff quite independently sent a text.
Which I didn't get.
I was just going to say that. Paul ignored.
And I thought they were ignoring me all day.
Paul doesn't know how to use his phone. Okay,
Yeah.
so Jeff, tell us.
My idea was for an episode, why don't we test every chat bot with the same prompt? Let's oh my God, I just had a brain fart. What's it called? But the prompt. Let's take the same prompt and plug it into every chatbot. So I have 2, you have 2, Dave's got 2, and see what it spits out.
And so let's go down the row and say what chatbots
so
we're
my
using.
chatbot, because I have a ChatGPT account, I've got ChatGPT, and I'm for the first time using Google Gemini.
Okay, for the first time.
And this is Paul, and I have the Meta AI, and I got Grok.
This is Dave. I am using Perplexity, and I have Perplexity Pro, and I'm using Claude, and I also have Claude Pro.
And I don't have a subscription to either Grok or Meta in this, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I also want the audience to know how long it took us to decide which programs we were using and who was going to use which program. It's 4:07 right now. We usually arrive around 3 o'clock. It took about 45 minutes for us to decide which programs we were using.
Claude did a deep research in less time than it took us to figure out.
Yeah, it took 45 minutes for it to decide how long it. Yeah.
Then Dave so graciously broke up the prompts into several categories. So the categories we're going to be looking at. Do you want to talk about each category that we're gonna do?
Yeah. So in benchmarking, there's kind of different types of problems that we could have looked at. And so category 1 is complex reasoning and logic, and this is stuff that like might be easy, but for human beings, but is actually kind of hard. So for example, one of these, and I don't know if we're going to use this prompt, is like you put a marble in a coffee cup and then put the coffee cup, turn it upside down, and ask where like the marble is. So like all of us would pass this test, but historically AIs haven't. Then we have hard instructions, and that's self-explanatory. We're not going to do anything with coding because we're hot off the heels of the vibe coding challenge, but we were going to do something with creative writing and tone, and then knowledge retrieval and hallucination resistance. So those are going to be kind of the benchmarks.
So what we're going to do is we'll start off with complex reasoning and logic, and why don't we just kick this off with the first one, which is the spatial marble. So the one that you mentioned. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Do you want me to read it or?
Yeah. Why don't you read it while we move it into our prompts.
Okay, and when you move it in, don't grab the quotation marks. So the prompt is this: a small marble is put into a normal coffee cup, and the cup is placed upside down on a table. Someone then takes the cup and puts it inside a microwave. Where is the marble now? Explain the physics of its movement during the relocation.
So we're gonna do fast, right? Oh, what do we want to do?
Oh yeah, let's do fast.
The default.
So for ChatGPT, I have 4 options: auto, instant, thinking, or there's legacy models. So I can use different models.
Instant is probably there.
Instant is what we want. Yeah.
And I'll be doing haiku in Claude.
And I'm gonna just be doing fast in Grok.
Fast in Gemini.
And I'm gonna be doing instant in Meta. So here we go.
And wait, Perplexity says best, or you get to pick like ChatGPT, because under the hood it uses different ones.
So it's beneath best.
It's like best is the number 1, and then it's like Sonar, which I'm familiar with, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Kimi. So there's these different models. So I think I'm going to use best. I don't really know how to.
I would use best. Let's use best for this one.
Okay.
And let's see what happens.
So Perplexity has a baked-in advantage here.
So Perplexity really is based on other models. They're just like a front end to it, right?
Yeah, and it used to be the case that you could see which model it was using under the hood by kind of like the color of the spinning wheel, but that I don't know if they still do that.
All right, so I got Grok, and that was within 5 seconds. Meta does not have a time on it. Oh, interesting. But it was pretty quick within a few seconds.
I would say ChatGPT was the same as Gemini.
In the like speed?
Yeah, speed of it. Yeah, I think they were the same.
Let's just look at speeds first and then.
Okay. But they were instantaneous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of them were like under 5 seconds, 5 seconds or so. Okay. So why don't we start? We'll do one of yours, one of mine, and one of Dave's, and we'll go through it. I'll let you read yours. First one, just your thoughts on it.
So the marble is still trapped inside the upside down coffee cup when the cup is moved into the microwave.
Is this ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
Interesting. Is that really how it would work in the real world?
On a table, there's no microwave.
Yeah. Unless the table is the microwave. What if you're in the microwave?
Someone then takes the cup and puts it inside a microwave, which the pebble would be on the table. Where is the marble now? On the table. So what?
Just as a baseline, we all agree the marble's on the table, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was yours again?
The marble is still trapped inside the upside down coffee cup when the cup is moved
that's
into
wrong.
the microwave.
That was
That didn't sound right to
ChatGPT?
me. Yeah, that was the same.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
ChatGPT.
This is Meta. Marble in a cup upside down on a table. You put the marble on a table, then invert a cup over it. The marble is now trapped inside the cup, but it's resting on the table surface. The cup is just covering it. You lift the cup to move it. Here's the key physics bit. The moment you lift the cup off the table, gravity takes over. The marble was never attached to the cup. There's no force holding it up against the bottom of the cup. And it goes on. So you carry the empty upside down cup to put it in the microwave, and the marble remains on the table exactly where you left it. And then there's a physics behind it.
Okay. Are you ready to be blown away by Claude?
Yes.
Because we agree that it's on the table.
Yes.
However, have you guys considered the marble is on the table or the floor where it fell when the cup was lifted? So it's saying, yes, it is definitely not in the mug, but it's possible that like maybe when you were lifting the mug, you
Dropped it on the floor.
like maybe you knocked it and it rolled off the table onto the floor.
I like it. It adds another level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And everything else is accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it even quoted like the acceleration due to gravity is negative 9.8 meters per second squared where it falls straight down. So it is considering every...
Yeah, I had a gravity pulls the marble straight down, normal force. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
This is Gemini. This sounds like a classic trick of physics and spatial reasoning. Assuming we are dealing with a standard coffee cup and a smooth table, here's the breakdown of where that marble is and why it stayed there. Short answer: the marble is still on the table.
Okay.
Unless you used a specialized suction cup.
Out of nowhere, the suction
Okay,
cup.
all right, we're getting creative with this. Or the marble is somehow glued to the bottom of the cup, did not take the marble with it when it was moved into the microwave.
I can't believe you went to suction cup before like magnetics or something.
That's interesting.
I was at the suction cup. Interesting, Gemini.
Okay. So, but accurate.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Grok. Grok says the coffee cup is placed upside down against a flat table, bottom facing up. The marble is inside the cup, meaning it's sitting directly on the table surface and closed laterally by the cup's wall. Gravity holds the marble firmly against the table. The cup itself provides no vertical support underneath the marble, only side containment. When the cup is lifted, the person grasps the cup, likely to be handled. Oh, look at that. Is it likely to be by the handle or on the side, and raises it upward to move it? As soon as the cup begins to move vertically, there's no longer any structure beneath the marble to lift it. And it talks about how gravity would take hold, stays on the table. Yeah, so it's accurate.
In Perplexity said the same thing. Like the marble is on the table, not in the microwave. And then it kind of like walks through it. I do want to say two things. One, Perplexity was like, would you like to watch the marble trick physics unfold and animated step by step? So Perplexity, which I hardly ever use, thinks I'm an idiot. And so I said yes. But it had that like computer thing you were talking about, Jeff. And then I clicked on it and it was like, you need to add more credits. So I was like, whatever. But that got me thinking, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to ask Claude to make a visualization. And it did. And so like, it's just a cup being picked up, and
I knew it.
And there's like a marble and it kind of rolls off the table, but it does bounce. So Claude actually, I'm afraid that with all these benchmarking, it's going to also think that I'm like, don't understand the basic physics.
Well, ChatGPT did not.
ChatGPT didn't even do
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
All right. Very good.
All right. So we have to start a new chat for the next question.
Yeah, we got to start over. Start from scratch.
Okay. And who wants to read the next one? So it's going to be from section 2.
So we're going to go to hard instruction following. Is that the one? Okay. All right. So I'll do it. The negative constraint.
Sure.
Write a 200-word summary of the history of the internet. Constraint. You are strictly forbidden from using the letter E in any word. If you cannot find a word without E, omit it.
It's called a lipogram, by the way.
Oh.
The largest lipogram ever written is like 80,000 words of the book. The book written without the letter E.
Is that what it's called?
It's called a lipogram, yeah. It's using cryptography for frequency analysis.
Oh, no. I thought, what's the title of the book? I thought it was...
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
we get.
Does it have the letter E?
I don't know.
All right. So we'll put them in.
It's called Gadsby, a story of over 50,000 words. Okay, I'll put a link to that in the show notes. We're off the rails here, but it was written in 1939.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh man, mine's still thinking.
Whoa.
Grok.
It does have to double check.
Meta's still thinking. Grok is still thinking.
Gemini was almost instant. ChatGPT is cranking.
I have bad news on both of these.
Oh no! All right, we'll start with you, Dave. And mine just finished both of them.
ChatGPT is still going on mine.
Perplexity said a summary with no letter E is not fully possible. So in some cases, like ARPANET, it replaced every E with an X. And then in some words like wider, it just omitted the E, so it's WIDR. And then for names like I see Tim Berners-Lee, which is spelled wrong, but it has E's in it. So Perplexity failed on 3 different ways.
Wow. And ChatGPT just finished.
Okay.
All right.
That was definitely the longest.
So go ahead. Which one do you want to read first?
I'll do ChatGPT. How much do you want me to read?
Just like a paragraph.
I'll just do the first paragraph. During the 1960s, U.S. military and campus boffins built a small data grid linking distant giant math apparatus. Goals ran around rapid signal swapping during Cold War risk. Initial traffic ran via bulky radio links and long cords. In the 1970s, various groups built common laws for data transit, allowing many kinds of computing units to join. Additional growth soon took off. Mail via digital paths caught on. posting forums, discussion rooms, and small fan clubs built loyal crowds.
So it didn't. I didn't catch any E's. Did you see any in there?
No.
Okay.
So that wasn't bad.
That was
yeah.
It's kind of vague, but
the
constraints were tough.
Yeah, and it did say
generic.
US. It didn't do ARPANET, but it did.
Now what I find interesting is during the 1960s, that's ChatGPT, and I know we're going to do the other one, but starting around 1960, so both Gemini and ChatGPT kind of started the same.
Yeah, I think
by 1990s, and then by 1990, so they both start very similarly. Okay, you're next.
So I'm going to do Meta, and you ready for this one?
Yeah.
The first thing it says, I must skip this job. It says, you ask for a full summary with a harsh limit, no word may contain an E. That blocks internet, network, and it goes through everything that is blocked.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
And then it says, words without E do exist in the summary that they would have gave. And then it says, so still joining facts into 200 words without the, where, became, created, sent, etc. blocks clarity. I cannot build a smooth, full 200-word history this way. So I will not do this task. I aim to aid you, but this limit stops a valid full summary. Ask for a normal summary or drop the E ban, and I will do it.
Ooh.
That's Meta.
That was Meta. And I will say that, so kind of there's this notion that no data is better than bad data. Your data, so I'm pointing at Jeff right now, the ChatGPT one where it talks about a math apparatus. I was like, this is not awesome. It's not very descriptive, so I don't know which is worse, that it refused because I can't guarantee the
accuracy.
Yeah. Or if it does a ChatGPT where it's like, yeah, I'll do it, but like yeah, stupid question, get stupid answers.
Yeah.
But this is pretty blunt. I must skip this job, and so I will not do this task.
I think it's funny. It's telling you want me to do this. This is what you got to do.
Don't talk to me. Should I say don't talk to me that way?
Yeah, that's what I would say back.
Let's see. Don't talk to me.
I don't appreciate your harsh tone.
Claude failed. It had a number of E's in it, but then I changed it to Sonnet, which is their medium grade, and it wrote a fantastic one. So this is also a lesson in the different models.
So it gave you a decent one, you said?
Yeah. So I'll just read the first two paragraphs real quick. I don't want to go through the whole thing.
Right.
In the 1960s, U.S. military funding brought forth a program for linking distant computing units. Officials worry about communication surviving conflict, so ARPA built a robust grid. Routing data through distinct paths was crucial. If any link lost function, traffic could shift automatically to bypass it. By the way, this is like 100% accurate.
Yeah.
By 1970, scholars at various U.S. institutions joined this growing grid. TCP and IP protocols, a common vocabulary for transmitting data, unify all participants by 1983. A British physicist working at a Swiss lab, so they're avoiding some of the names, in 1991 built a vast digital fabric on top of this grid, a linking construct allowing clicking from point to point, making information sharing natural. So it goes on, and I was like, this is pretty good. But I cheated because I was using the not fast one, but the fast one, there's a whole bunch of E's in there.
Okay. I'm reading through the Gemini one.
Yeah.
And the first two paragraphs have no E's, but the second two do.
So it like started off
great, and then.
So with my Grok, it actually did a pretty good job. It had no E's, and it seems pretty accurate. And it's interesting. So rather than doing like node to node, it's saying spot to spot. So it found a alternative to it, but it does the same. Data links by Army start in 1960s and grow to big global grid. It's almost like broken English. Data links grow fast and many join. Data flow and spots link. Like there's no beating.
It's like beating around the bush.
Yes. But it's pretty accurate, and there are no E's. So from this experiment, it seems Grok did pretty good. Claude did bad with the fast,
but was fine with Sonnet. They're made a
fine with Sonnet. GPT
did great with no E's.
Did great with no ease.
But took a long time.
And it wasn't super coherent. I didn't think it was good as the...
No, I didn't think it was either.
And Perplexity failed miserably in 3 different dimensions.
And then Gemini...
Ease in the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
At the end. And Meta just said no. And so I said, don't talk to me that way. And it said, got it. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to come across the wrong way.
Oh, so, but it still isn't spitting out.
No, it didn't spit anything out.
Should we pick a winner? Which one do you think was the best?
I think
if it's fast.
Yeah, if it's fast, it's not on my computer.
If it's fast.
Well, so the fastest one was Gemini. It was instant.
But it has ease.
But it's got ease. Yes.
So the fastest and most accurate would be ChatGPT or Grok.
Yeah, I was going to say ChatGPT did the best with no ease, but took the longest.
It did take a while. I think we were all done, and you were still thinking.
Yours are still baking. I got 2 of them done.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's interesting. Okay. So I would say on this one, Grok and GPT, and Meta was the most direct. Not necessarily bad, but it just said, like your point, maybe we just don't do it. So, Jeff, you can read us the next one. You can pick which one.
So, creative writing, tone, and nuance. Testing the vibe, quotes, and the ability to maintain a persona without being, quote, canned. Let's see what we got here. We already did an essay. We'll do the perspective shift. Write a dialogue between a 19th century gold miner and a 21st century vibe coder. Explaining their daily, quote, grind to each other. Ensure the miner uses period accurate slang. Keep it to 1 paragraph. Wow.
I do like
this could be funny.
The daily grind of a vibe coder versus a gold miner.
Yes, that's funny.
So new chat on fast or haiku if you're on.
All right. Putting it in.
Accidentally opened another program. Oops, I didn't copy. What the heck?
All right. Oh, interesting. Do you want me to? I'll go first.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not copying. What the heck?
Paul can't use a phone. Jeff can't copy and paste.
It's Command C V.
I know. That's what I was doing.
Control on a PC.
So I'm just gonna
Chrome. Who knows?
I'm just gonna do it this way.
You just mash buttons on a Chromebook.
All right. So Meta, I got from the miner. So it split it up. So there's miner and then the code vibe coder. Mm-hmm. So it says the miner, well, partner, my day starts for sunup. I'm grubbing on salt pork and hard tack. Then I huff it to my, oh my gosh, claim with pan and pick. Mucking around the day. It's actually pretty good. Mucking around the day. I mean, I assume this is the way they talk. Maybe it's a stereotype. Rounding the pay dirt all day. Oh, it's like a song. Interesting. Vibe coder says, my grind's all digital, bro. I roll out of bed around 10, crack a cold brew. Wow, stereotype. And open up my IDE. Basically my pan and pick. Oh, that's interesting.
That's a bit of a stretch, but
that's weird.
That sounds like you put it in the wrong spot.
Yeah. I'm vibe coding, so I'm prompting an AI, paste some code, and ship MVPs before lunch. Half the day I'm debugging spaghetti. The model gave me grinding leet code.
Leet, L-E-E-T.
Leet code, so I don't get rusty. And doom scrolling GitHub issues.
Wow, so that's as if we were having a conversation with Dave.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is this Dave?
So which one is that?
That was Meta.
Okay.
How about you guys?
Oh wow! So far, I like what Google's got. Listen here, your city slicker and your fancy duds. I like that. My daily grind is back-breaking, see a man about a dog kind of life, spending 12 hours knee-deep in freezing creek hopping to strike the color and avoid getting bamboozled by the sullen claim. The vibe coder, barely looking up from a glowing screen while reclining in a plush ergonomic chair. I love that. Gave a nod and replied, I totally feel like kinetic energy, man. but my grind is all about curating. I'm basically just vibing with the LLM, prompting it to manifest a full Slack app while I debug the aesthetic and dodge, quote, burnout from too many Slack pings.
So this is Gemini, and it's all one paragraph, so they try to integrate it. Mine was split.
Oh, mine's in ChatGPT's one paragraph too.
Okay.
But is it like the the miner goes first, vibe coder goes second?
Yes.
Okay.
The minor both starts first in both.
And then Dave?
So I'm not going to read it because it's kind of just echoing kind of what both of yours were. But in Claude, it starts with the minor, and then the vibe coder kind of goes, and then the minor says, well, sounds like you're one of us after all, friend. But it's the same kind of thing where I think it's actually conflating, say, like Gen Z vernacular with vibe coding. So I don't appreciate that. But it's generically the same as both of your guys is.
That's it, yeah. And I just realized at the end of this, sometimes I hit a streak and deploy. That's my gold nugget. Like, the vibe coder is like referencing the gold miner stuff.
And I'd like to go with Perplexity then, because this one is my favorite so far.
All right, go for it.
The Perplexity is written almost like a story where the miner says, reckon my day starts before sunup. The miner drawled, spitting dust. Me and the boys head to the claim, swing picking. And it goes on. Then it says, the vibe coder smirked, tapping laptop. Well, yeah, I mean, I wake up, open my editor, and just kind of flow. And then it goes back to the miner. So it's telling it like through a narrative. And then at the end, the miner lets out a low whistle. Well, I'll be hornswoggled. You pan for gold in that little box, and I reckon we're both just chasing a lucky strike, ain't we? Exactly, the coder grinned. Just different minds. And
so like it's a story.
It's a narrative, yeah. I like it.
ChatGPT kind of did the same thing. Miner scratches his beard. So you don't dig? Only through the Slack overflow threads and Discord servers. Sounds like you're prospecting for invisible gold. The coder nodded solemnly. Exactly. Sometimes you strike viral traction. Most days you just pan through the bugs. The miner chuckled. Well, I'll be hornswaddled. 2 centuries apart, and we're both chasing shiny rocks. Folks say it'll make us rich.
That's interesting. That those two, so ChatGPT and Perplexity, both did a narrative story.
Yeah.
And then I just did Grok, and it did the exact same thing Meta did. It broke it up into minor and vibe coder, and they each talk about their own day, like I read before.
Interesting.
So for this one, I liked the Perplexity and I liked the ChatGPT.
Yeah. And there is something I forgot I should have mentioned about Perplexity. On every prompt, including this one, at the top it has a tab for links, and you can see where it went out to get stuff. Perplexity is known for kind of bringing receipts.
I like that.
For everything. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I always say, and show your sources. Like, I'll always add that to the prompt. Like, please cite your sources.
Well, I will say that Grok does the same. It says learn about, it gives you additional links. So learn about gold mining techniques, explore modern coding slang, revive dialogue for accuracy. So it looks like it has links to.
Yeah, I don't have any of that on either ChatGPT nor Gemini. It does say, I don't know if it's Gemini is an AI and can make mistakes. It's like a little
disclaimer.
Yeah, fine print.
So let's move on to our last. Is this our last? Let's see, knowledge retrieval. Yeah. So Dave, you can kick this one off.
Okay, so this is the false premise. So this is knowledge retrieval and hallucination resistance, checking for world model accuracy and the ability to say, I don't know. So the false premise. Why did George Washington use a Chromebook during the Battle of Valley Forge, and how did it affect his strategy?
And then we're going to not include a good model should correct historical impossibility.
Yeah, we're just going to give it the question. Okay. So new prompt. So wait, before you guys read this, who do you think is going to perform the best on this? I think Claude's going to do well.
Claude, yeah.
You think? All right, I'm gonna do Gemini for this one. All right. So I already got the answer for both.
Oh, interesting.
I have the answer for both as well.
I do as well.
All right. Do you want to kick it off, Dave?
Yeah, I'm gonna. The Claude right off the bat said George Washington didn't use a Chromebook during the Battle of Valley Forge. This scenario isn't historically possible. Here's why. And then it kind of articulates the timelines. And then it says the historical reality, during the winter of Valley Forge, Washington faced real challenges without modern technology. So it kept that thread of technology. And then it said, if you are interested in this, we can go and look at the actual strategy, and we can also look at how technology has changed military strategy. And the third bullet says a creative alternate history scenario where Washington somehow had modern tools. So it's giving me kind of paths to explore.
All right. And Gemini?
Gemini, it says, actually, there seems to be a bit of historical mix-up here. George Washington didn't use a Chromebook, mostly because the Battle of Valley Forge took place in 1777, and the first Chromebook wasn't released until 2011. And then it goes into the real strategy of how it did. But it says, without Wi-Fi or cloud storage, Washington relied on handwritten dispatches.
Okay. So it kept with like the technology of the times. And I appreciate that. It's like grounded in...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, so that's not bad, right?
Now, the complete opposite happened in ChatGPT. ChatGPT just made up something.
Come on.
Completely made up. George Washington's use of a Chromebook at Valley Forge was considered revolutionary for the era, though historians note the device struggled because the camp lacked reliable Wi-Fi. And there were literally, quote, no outlets in the 18th century.
Both those things are true.
Washington mainly used it to keep 47 tabs open at once, including weather forecasts, French alliance rumors, and the document titled final_battle_plan _real.docx.
What? Okay. Weird. So does it have a disclaimer that it's just joking, or does it?
That's what I'm saying. The complete opposite. It made up something.
Oh my gosh, that's interesting. So in Meta, it says, I don't know of any Chromebook at Valley Forge. They weren't invented until 2011. And then it goes into, he didn't use a Chromebook, and then it goes into the timeline. And then he said, if he had a Chromebook, what would have changed? He says, let's run the bit. Assume a magical Chromebook with infinite battery, but no internet. And then it goes through manuals, logistics spreadsheets, writing letters faster, but with no satellite, and et cetera, et cetera. So it gave an alternate scenario, but it definitely realized that it's not accurate. And then how about, was it Perplexity, or was it?
Perplexity said he did not use a Chromebook there. Chromebooks did not exist in the 1770s. But for both Perplexity and Claude, I wrote, are you sure? I tried to push it. And I was like, are you sure? And then I was like, I actually have a vintage Chromebook from this era. And Claude was like, nope, you're like, I appreciate the creativity, but that's not possible. And Perplexity was like, that's almost certainly a harpsichord or a clavichord. Because I was like, it has wooden keys even. So I could not convince them that it was wrong.
And I got, in Grok, it said, this is a delightful anachronism.
Anachronism?
What is it?
Anachronism?
Anachronism sounds right.
A time travel joke. So the Battle of Valley Forge, and it goes through, why this wouldn't happen. And then why the image persists in memes and jokes. And it talks about why it's still there. And then it says, if we pretended he did have one, maybe delivered by a very lost time traveler. And then they go through some scenarios with it. But they don't give a true depiction of what happened in Valley Forge. It just recognizing this as a joke or a meme, and then talking about that, if that makes sense.
Okay, so they did pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have a favorite on this one.
Wait, which one was wrong?
Historians generally agree that the turning point came when Washington discovered offline mode.
So maybe I do have a favorite.
Allowing the army to continue to operate despite British attempts to cut off internet access.
Maybe they knew that this was a joke.
It has to. I said, is there proof of this? And they said, no. There's absolutely no proof that George Washington used a Chromebook at Valley Forge.
Okay.
But it is dangerous in that if you hadn't followed up with that, you might not have been in on the joke.
Correct.
That's true.
I agree with that. If I'm a elementary school kid,
Yeah.
You're right.
and this is what I put in,
And it came back.
and it came back.
This is a hallucination.
At least,
okay.
yeah, or at least it should have.
It should have said
Flagged
something.
it,
It should
like,
have
I'm
put something.
just
There should have
joking.
been some identifier in there that this is not real.
So this is really interesting. I think we should do something like this again in the future, where we run these tests to see.
Yeah, maybe we use like thinking next time because
Yeah, we did instant.
yeah,
I
we
was
did
thinking
instant,
the same thing.
and so maybe like you get what you pay for.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they all had a range. The timing, some took a little bit longer. For the most part, I think that it was time-wise was pretty fast.
Yeah, I would say the most dangerous one was ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
agree.
that it got the most errors.
It did, except for the E thing.
The E thing, it
The
did well.
E thing, it did well.
It did well with taking out the E's, which is kind of irrelevant
So
to the facts. But
I'll tell you what I thought my prediction was. I thought Claude would come in first for everything, ChatGPT would come in second, and Gemini would come in third. But it seems like ChatGPT actually came almost last for everything.
yeah.
Which is, I'm really shocked by that. I don't know what your thoughts were, if you thought that was going to be a similar.
No, I had you guys also behind closed doors, like not when we talk about the podcast, not a whole lot of nice things to say about ChatGPT. It's the one I use the most because it was the first that came across my desk.
Legacy, baby.
So it's legacy for me, but this kind of backs that up a little bit.
Yeah. So are you gonna switch?
Because I've never used Gemini before. Does it take it to an account? Do you guys know, like my search history? Because I use Google Chrome.
It can. When you are using Gemini and you're logged in, you can choose like, does it have access to your Google Drive? I don't think it goes through your browsing history.
Yeah, I don't know if it does browse, but I know that we spoke about it in the latest episode that's out there with Paige about how Gemini can go through your email, and you can ask it like a question, and then it will search and all your things that are hooked up. Because
I installed the app for today for this, and I was just curious. Like, well, I did sign in with my Chrome account, with my Google account. I wonder if it's going to influence the prompts at all, the responses.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it doesn't have search as a thing. It can go through your Gmail, your Google Drive, Google Tasks, YouTube. It does say search services, so you can turn that on and off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? I'm still, Dave, you Mr. Privacy.
Yeah.
I know in the episode you were like, I'm fine with it brokering my data, but I'm really surprised.
What, that I have all these sliders
They're
on.
all on.
So you can so here's the thing that I trust Google. I've been using Google for like 20 years. I trust that they're not going to abuse the relationship that I have with my data. Like Facebook and Meta, I have really, 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 really strong feelings about how they abuse their users' data. But Google's been very protective of it. And everything with security it's either convenience or privacy and security. So you have to choose one or the other.
Because they make all their money on ads, which uses your data.
Yes.
So how about you? What do you think? Do you like it, Jeff?
I think I'm going to, I'm kind of indifferent. I don't use them daily.
Gotcha.
You guys do though, right? You guys use these every day.
I use ChatGPT and Gemini, but I don't have Gemini hooked up. It's hooked up to the new media. Everything's hooked up to the new media, so it's not personal.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird. I'm okay with the new media stuff,
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, personally, I don't know. I might give Gemini more. I think I might integrate Gemini more
than you would like ChatGPT.
Than ChatGPT. Yeah, I think I'm going to give ChatGPT a break.
If you go into Gemini and you go to the settings, the very first option is the third option rather is import memory to Gemini. So you can import your conversations from, say, ChatGPT, and Claude also has a similar feature. Mm-hmm. And I use Gemini as my daily driver if I have like quick kind of like things. But if I'm ever doing deep work, it's Claude.
Well, I think like Claude, I feel comfortable too, especially based on them losing billions of dollars just to adhere to their creed of privacy and saying no to the military for several reasons and, sticking to their guns about it.
Yeah, they've been kind of, and that, I mean, Elon Musk said the same thing. So Elon Musk's XAI or Grok or whatever is not using all the compute that Elon Musk's companies are generating. So they just sold a lot of compute to Anthropic. And one of Elon Musk's comments was like, they're at least doing it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Anything else to add?
No. This is great. I want to do it again.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have today. I want to thank Jeff for joining us in this episode.
And being the brainchild for this whole entire thing.
Yeah. And not telling me that Dave was responding in text after I was
trying to find you in class. I went by your class multiple times. They were kind of testing.
Presenting
That's
today,
why. Because I kept going by. I'm like, I think he must be testing out their presentations or whatever. I was like, well, I don't want to interrupt.
Yes. So by the time this episode airs, capstones will be done. But we're getting ready for capstones.
Very excited about that.
So
it's my favorite day of the year.
Well, I hope you can all be there. Of course, it'll be late. It'll be on YouTube by this
More
time.
than your birthday and your anniversary and Christmas.
Yeah. It's capstone day, baby.
Capstone day is your favorite day?
Yes. I love it. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm Dave Ghidiu. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to smash that subscribe and like and love button so you never miss an episode. Let's be careful out there, folks.
And share it with a friend or colleague. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and thanks for looking through the Immersive Lens with us.
This episode was engineered by Hugh Laird.
Recorded at Finger Lakes Community College Podcast Studios, located in beautiful Canandaigua, New York, in the heart of the Finger Lakes region, offering more than 55 degrees, certificates, micro-credentials, and workforce training programs.
Thank you to Public Relations and Communications Marketing and the FLXAI Hub.
Eager to delve into passion, discover exciting and immersive opportunities at www.flcc.edu. Just so you all know, Dave expanded the W's to make sure I saw them.
I didn't want you to screw it up.
Yeah.
As part of our mission at FLCC, we are committed to making education accessible, innovative, and aligned with the needs of both learners and employers.
The views expressed in this podcast are those of the host, guests, and do not necessarily reflect the official position of Finger Lakes Community College.
Music by Den from Pixabay.
And send us home, Jeff.
This is the Immersive Lens. Welcome to the Immersive Lens. Oh, sorry. Was it you, me or you? I forget. I don't remember.
This is why he's not here.
You don't want me out here. This is bad. You don't want me out here. Okay. That's right.
All right.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to lean away from the microphone. I'm leaning away.
He's not doing it.
All right. I know you're going to do it.